Good morning, bird brains, and welcome back to another episode of Gone Country. We have a very exciting and very fun episode for you guys today, so let's get into it. So first off, if the camera's a little foggy, my lens is just, it's so humid out here, it's just really fogging up pretty bad. But let's ignore that because, like I said in the intro, today is an exciting day. We have a lot to do, but it's a lot of fun stuff. Let me not forget to set the parking brake on Bob so he doesn't go rolling down the hill. But as you saw from last time, we have a lot of stumps from this driveway project that we got going on to be removed. And I'm not gonna do that by hand because that would be dumb, so here comes another excavator. So this is the Bobcat E32 mini excavator. I say mini because this is way bigger than the one that we rented last time. I don't know exactly any details on it as far as how much it weighs or how much it can pull or whatever, but I can tell you it's a lot bigger and a lot more powerful than the one that we used on the trails, which is good because some of these stumps are a good size. Plus we've got some oak stumps back in that driveway that still need to come out as well, and they're pretty much implanted in rock, so it's going to be fun to get those out. But basically the plan for today is to clean up the remaining trees. So we've got this little one here, a few little ones there, just some that I have not had the chance to cut down. I've been really focusing on that area back there, which let's go ahead and take a walk over there. So as you can see, quite a bit has changed back here. We've cut down quite a bit more trees. I know I said in the last video that we were going to lose this one. Good news is we're going to get to keep it because it's a large boy, very large boy, and it kind of puts a slight curve in the driveway, but it's still going to be like over 15 feet wide between here and here. Basically I just come here and it's gonna curve a little bit this way, but I'm okay with that if I get to keep those big old boys and those big old boys. Went ahead and took down the barbed wire fence that was running along here in order to get back into the actual fenced yard to start cutting down those trees. I still have to come and get this tree out of the way and those trees out of the way. We'll be doing that first thing in the video today. And then we will hop on the excavator and start digging up these stumps. Also going on today is we finally got some rain after what felt like probably a month or so with nothing. That means we get to burn our burn piles today. Got two now that are pretty good size. So I'm gonna put one of the GoPros on one of those and get a cool little fiery time lapse on that. So let's quit talking and get to work. So we went ahead and got all the trees moved over to the pile, went ahead and got the excavator out just for a brief second because there were some roots around the burn pile area that I kept getting the bucket hung up on. So I wanted to get those out prior to lighten this thing up. That way I can get, Jesus, this is one of the roots that was causing issues, and only that little part was sticking out. So you kind of get an idea of what I'm dealing with here. But I want to make sure those got out prior to lighting this fire, because it gets very hot over here in this area after this fire's lit, obviously, because it's fire. But dude, these root systems are stupid. Yeah, that one's just gonna have to stay for now. That will be the last thing that I have to do before we go ahead and get this thing lit. So as the teenagers these days say, let's get lit. Time for an update. I gotta say that progress has not been moving as fast as I would have hoped. Nothing really in particular is causing the issue either. We've got about the first 75 feet-ish cleared. Most of the stuff's coming up relatively easy. These root systems are big and thick and widespread, but the issue, I actually just had to run to town because I need some bolts. So as you can see, these teeth on the loader are held in by 2 bolts, and I lost this one in like the first 10 minutes. This one I actually took out myself because I needed to for a size reference. But then I lost this one just a minute ago, so had to run into town to get those. The place I rented this thing from was already closed, so I figured just go and get the bolts, and I still have all day tomorrow with this thing, so might as well just fix it and get back to work. That's the best that I'm gonna get. Back to excavating. So it's day 2. I ran out of batteries. People ask me why I ride around with a giant freaking brick on my helmet. It's because I hate batteries. I hate having to deal with batteries, and it's kind of on me. I only have 2 batteries for this current version of GoPro. Since I run a power pack, I don't see the need to buy lots of batteries, but now that I need them, I don't have them, so it is what it is. But it's day 2. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a progress report before we started back on today's activities. This is one of the burn pits. Didn't burn as good as I would have hoped. A lot of it was dirt. This was the one that was covered in like vines and weeds, and you couldn't really see the bottom of it, so this was kind of more of a test than anything, but it burned about 80%. It's enough to where I can kind of flatten all this out and then take all the leftover stuff, move it over to the primary burn pit, which did burn a little bit better. So here we are at the primary burn pit. You might say like, wow, that didn't burn at all. We already have restocked it. It burned probably about 90-95%, and then while I was working the excavator, my dad actually got all these pulled over here, and then before I cut out for the night, I used the tractor to kind of build the pile back up and start it all over again. I was kind of hoping all these would kind of light based off of the coals and everything, but all this is still really fresh wood, so I wasn't expecting a high chance of it burning, but I had my fingers crossed. But once again, once this gets piled up, we can just light this and start all over again. But let's go over to the driveway and I'll walk you through what progress we made over there. So here's the progress of the driveway. It actually is there's a lot more progress than it might seem, just because we haven't moved a lot of the stuff that's been taken out. So like this and this and this and this, all this stuff has been taken out already. It just needs to be moved off to the side. We got most of all the stuff up here. We still have this tree to move. I still need to come back and get these two stumps here, but I also have to come and get that tree over there out of the way. So I think that's probably what I'm going to start with first, since that's the most time sensitive thing. And then I will come back and start I think I'm going to work my way back. I'm going to start at the back of the driveway and kind of work my way along here. There's also some high priority stumps over on that other driveway that I need to get to as well. So long story short, a lot of excavating to do in not a lot of time. Today's the last day we have it rented for, so I gotta get to work. Time for a little update. I missed a couple shots there towards the end because this camera died, but we made a lot of progress. So we're able to clean up this area next to the fence and then finish out the rest of the driveway. This big old puppy back here, that was a fun one. That was like 4 or 5 trees that kind of melded together. But driveway is now complete. Everything in the driveway is out. Like I said, it doesn't look as completed as it is because all the roots and stuff are still here. I gotta haul those over to the burn pile, but everything is out of the ground at least. All the hard part is done. Now all I have left to do on this part is I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 trees left in the parking pad area, which will be next to the garage. And then I've got a couple left on the fenced in area. And then from there, I'm gonna start picking through the little stumps that were left inside the fenced yard. That was just from the previous owners cutting down trees and then not taking up the roots. So every time we mow and stuff, we're hitting them. So I'm gonna get those out of the way to make that a little bit easier. And then from there, over on that driveway, got a few big stumps that need to come out. And then I'll come back over to this section over here if I have time and finish cleaning up the little stuff in between the big trees. So I can see the light. I can see the light. Back to work. Unfortunately, I hit a bit of a time crunch and I had to kind of abandon the shooting, but I got a lot of it. I was able to get everything done by the skin of my teeth, but as you can tell, it's sunset and I literally just finished up getting the last one and got the excavator back on the trailer because I have to take it in at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so but it was 2 days of extremely hard work. I know I was just sitting on my ass for most of it, but getting jolted around and everything, not to mention climbing up and down the excavator, getting roots and shit out of the way. It was a hard weekend, but this is probably the biggest transformation that the property has taken, especially in a 2-day course. Gotta say, I like how it looks. So I can't show you everything because I am short for time, but everything that you see here has been cleared. Roots and stuff are of course still need to be hauled off, but that's basically where the parking pad will go. That's where the garage will go. And then the driveway is going to run the length of this all the way to where you see my truck over there. I was even able to get all the stuff cleaned out from between these trees, so it looks really messy right now, but give me another week or two to get this stuff cleaned up and it's gonna look amazing out here. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot more in-depth and detail from the last couple videos you saw, so hopefully you like these kind, because I enjoy making them. I really do. It's fun to see the progress, especially when I'm going back and editing the videos to see what it just looked like prior to what it looks like now. So I have fun with these. But once again guys, if I missed anything that you haven't seen yet and you want to see it, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. Also comment, let's see, what can I make you guys comment? Comment boot, scoot, and boogie if you made it this far in the video. All right guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.